Hey, what's up guys? Adam Lobo here and you're watching Adam Lobo TV. Now, this is something a little different because instead of me typically sitting right in the middle and talking to you guys about tech, I've invited a special guest right here, and this is Mr. Warren from KL Gadget TV, and he is going to be here to introduce to you all the amazing topics that we have right here for today. Now, speaking of the amazing topics, first and foremost, we'd like to say hello and welcome. This is the Morning Tech Bytes. Like I mentioned, Warren is from KL Gadget TV, and if you guys haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to his channel. He has about 50,000 subscribers. Amazing, especially here in Malaysia. Been in the industry, in the tech industry for a very long time as well. And I'm really privileged. So thank you so much, Warren, for joining, buddy.
No problem, buddy.
All right.
Nice to be here. And I guess you'll be the next 100,000. I guess you'll be.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah, you'll soon be at 100,000. Who knows? Never know.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks for inviting me, Adam. I'm Warren from KL Gadget TV. As you guys know, we actually post 2 videos a week on our channel, KL Gadget TV. We started like five years ago, and we're pretty glad to have reached this milestone, about 52,000 subscribers as of now.
52, that's amazing. Now, just in case you guys did not know that previously I've actually appeared in his channel to actually talk about smart home items, because yes, I've been covering lots of smart home items here compared to most tech YouTubers here in Malaysia, because I absolutely love it. And if you guys would like to check that video, I'll also link down in the description below, so make sure to check that out.
Yep.
Let's just go through, because it is going towards the end of 2018, Warren, and we have come to a point whereby a lot of people ask this typical question like, what is the best smartphone to buy? What is the best mid-range phone? Especially in my channel, there's so many mid-range phone subscribers, because now you don't have to fork up, you know, like thousands of ringgits to actually buy a very decent phone.
Yep.
So we have actually got into different categories. We have the best large phone, we have best compact phone, screen, and many more. What I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be compiling all these exact best lists. I'm going to be putting it at the description below, and then I want you guys to copy it and paste it at the comment section to let me and even Warren know what is your exact thoughts about it and what is your pick. That way we can actually have a discussion down at the comment section, just to, you know, to see why that you think that, you know, maybe Warren and I may have a different idea on a phone, and maybe you guys would have a different idea. So this would be a very interesting topic of discussion that we're going to be having right in this channel, and of course for this particular episode.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll start off things with the best large phone. So Warren, let us know what, in your opinion, what is the best large screen phone, and of course tell us why.
Okay, I think there's basically, like you say, you have mid-range phone users and you have high-end phone users. So if you're going to talk about like mid-range, I would say that it's the Mi Mix 3. No, the Mi Max 3, not Mi Mix, Mi Max 3.
Okay.
Yeah, because one of the reasons, like you guys know, Mi Max has been a very popular smartphone among the phablet users that offers a big screen size, great battery life, and some great features at times. So Xiaomi's Mi Max 3 is definitely my pick when it comes to budget, features, screen, and of course battery life. This is like an all-rounder, you know, if you don't mind about like gaming graphics and so on. I think the Mi Max 3 is a very good pick if you're on a budget. But if you're moving on to the high-end area, that's where the Galaxy Note 9 comes in, because the Galaxy Note 9, unarguably, it is the very best large screen phone that we have ever seen. There's no notch, there's still a headphone jack, you know, there's still memory expansion, it's IP68 water and dust resistant, there's great performance, and it has storage up to 512 gigs of storage, and you know, you even get 8 gigs of RAM. Everything is just great. It just gives you more when none other flagship smartphones are giving you.
Fantastic. For me, being a large phone fan, I would say the Galaxy Note 9. I haven't tried the Xiaomi Mi Max 3. I just love Samsung screens, and it's absolutely beautiful. You can just consume media, so I would think that that is my pick if I had to choose from. Okay, the next thing would be the best compact phone. Warren, what is your ideas on that?
Well, at this point of time, if you say compact, I guess there are many choices in the market, because basically everybody is like moving to full screen displays and so on. So I guess the only phone that I still think that is compact enough, first of all, that would be the Xperia XZ2 compact.
True.
That's probably the only phone that is compact enough that you can hold with one hand, and that's modern enough. Why do I actually say modern? That's because it comes with modern specifications, modern camera, a more modern operating system. If you seriously want a super compact phone, I think the XZ2 Compact is your best bet that you can go for.
For me, it's a little different. I don't know why, but I kind of love the Nokia 6.1 Plus. The Nokia 6.1 Plus was the phone which I actually tested out, and I was like, I could get used to a smaller phone.
Yeah.
But there's something about the Nokia 6.1 Plus which I kind of like the compact size of the phone. Alright, so for the next topic, we're going to be talking about what's the best gaming phone for 2018. What is your pick for a phone which you tried for the best gaming phone, and also maybe something which you have not tried, which you've read it online?
Well, I think this year people have been really getting into gaming ever since the first Razer phone came out. It was a great phone, seriously. When I tested the Razer phone, it's like...
I remember you had it, right?
I had it. It was like hands down one of the best, if not the best. It is one of the best gaming phones that you can get back then, but there's a lot of drawbacks. Like for example, it has a back camera, and you know, it doesn't have headphone jack, it doesn't have water resistance and so on. It lacks many of the things that a 2018 flagship should have. To me, even though I've seen what the Razer Phone 2 is capable of and what is improved upon the original Razer phone, I think the Asus ROG phone is unarguably the best gaming phone right now. Well, I'm not talking about just performance, because everyone thinks that gaming phones should be all about performance, but it's not just that. And I'm actually glad that Asus has actually provided accessories out of the box. One of it was the the aero cooling system, where you can actually charge the phone.
I've seen it in a video.
You can charge the phone sideways, and you can plug in the headphone jack. Asus has also sell other of its accessories, like the WiGig dock, the USB-C dock, where you can connect to your PC, to your monitor, and turn it into a like a desktop and so on. And even compared to the Razer Phone 2, I guess Asus has delivered a lot more value as compared to that. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, because I think we went for the launch of the Samsung A7, Samsung Galaxy A7, and I remember that he was actually testing out the Asus ROG 2, and I even held it, and I even saw they were playing Asphalt 9, right?
Yeah.
And you were playing Asphalt 9, and I saw how the whole graphics, the quality, the build. So I think I never got my hands on it, but I think based on what I have read and saw on the videos, and especially holding the phone, I think I would go with that phone as well. So the next one would be the best phone for its price. I already know what is my pick. So let's check out what's Warren's idea first.
So you mean the best value for money phone,
yes,
right?
correct. Yeah.
Well, there are in fact a lot, and it really depends on what you're looking for. The best all-rounder phone that you can get right now, I guess that would be the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. Yeah, because now the price has gone below 2,000 ringgit, and the Mate 10 Pro is still one of the best. First of all, the camera is a f1.6 dual lens camera. It's a dual lens camera, and second thing is that it doesn't come with a notch, I guess. So I think that's
everybody knows how much I love the notch. So everybody's watching, they know, especially my subscribers.
Yeah, so I guess not having the notch is still a very good thing these days. For such a affordable phone, it's now below 2,000 ringgit for information. You can actually hook it up to your PC, and you can use it like a desktop PC. That's the reason why I think the Mate 10 Pro is something that I would go for an all-rounder phone at this point in time. Like you said, the best value for money phone.
So for the next category would be the best camera phone in a smartphone for 2018. Can you please tell me which one is your pick?
I think this is also a very tough decision to make. Let me probably just categorize into this couple of things. If you like popping colors, like extremely brilliant colors and details and so on, get a Galaxy Note 9 or S9, because Samsung cameras are actually very famous for its color reproduction. Like if you like saturated photos, and you'd like to please your eyes, most importantly, then a Samsung Galaxy phone camera is way to go. That's what I'm suggesting. But if you want something that has more controls, and you can do more with the manual settings and so on, definitely go for either a Huawei P20 Pro or a Huawei Mate 20 Pro for this year. And if we want everything that's you want things to be natural, very, very natural, and you want to take great videos on it, video, that's one thing, because while a lot of smartphones, they are actually focused on photography, not many of them focus on videography. That I would recommend you the iPhone XR, XS or XS Max, right? Because the reason why I'm recommending these three phones because their main camera sensor is the same sensor, right? And these are the phones that can really take very natural looking shots. It doesn't look oversaturated. Details are also kept well. It's not like too sharp, and you can use a lot of apps to really control the camera. And there's also videography. So the iPhone XS, XS Max, and XR are literally the only phones that can still shoot very nice electronically stabilized 4K 60 frames per second video. If you really do that, I mean, if you really want to shoot 4K 60 frames per second, right? But speaking back, let's talk back about photos itself. So the iPhone XS, XS Max, they may not be the best smartphone cameras around, but then if you're a person who prefers like, you know, raw image editing and so on, and you want to adjust your own colors because the camera basically takes very nice because it's not oversaturated, the XS, XS Max and XR, they are the best camera phones for that kind of users.
For me, I think my subscribers would know that my ultimate favorite camera is a Pixel. Yeah,
I'm not using Pixel. Yeah.
Because the thing is that, like I said, even when you use the phone, any bad condition, especially the new night shot, I've tried it on a Google Pixel 2 XL. It is available, so in case you guys are using the Google Pixel 2 XL, the latest update for the night shot is available there, so you don't have to download the APK anymore. It is one of the phones whereby if anybody has a Pixel, you don't have to worry about the shots turning up bad. Night and even during the day shots. So for me, hands down, that is the best. But personally, for me, based on my test, I love how the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 records videos, doing Insta stories, recording front-facing shots, even using that, and how I look in front of the screen. And I would say that that's a better video camera per se because of the pen, because the fact that you can literally do videos like this, just put the phone over there and then you can actually record yourself. But of course I'm talking about the pen over there, but before the iPhone devices had the stereo recording, Samsung devices already had that. And when I did a back-to-back comparison between the Google Pixel device and also Samsung, sometimes you may think that, you know, there's two front stereo speakers, but you think it's better. But although the Samsung devices has one at the earpiece and one down below, it sounds better and crisp because of the Dolby Atmos. And overall, from a sound consuming wise and also from a video camera, my choice for best video recording would be the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Alright, for the next one, now this would be the best battery life phone. From your personal test, which is the current best battery life phone for 2018?
I think the current best battery life phone for 2018, that would be the Zenfone Max Pro M1. I think you have that in mind as well. Have you tested that phone?
No, I haven't. So that's why I have no idea.
I think that's probably the best, biggest, the largest battery phone that you can find. I mean, let's not talk about the Chinese brands, because Chinese brands, they have like 10,000 mAh, but they have crappy processors that probably wouldn't let the battery last long. So if we talk about the more well-known phones, I'm going to take the Zenfone Max Pro M1 into this because basically I've tested the phone for about 3 weeks the last time I reviewed, and it's a pretty good phone. You know, it has a Snapdragon 636 processor. It has a nice 6-inch display. It runs stock Android. You know, everything that, you know, probably a smartphone enthusiast would like. You know, that if they don't want to spend a lot of money to buy a smartphone, that's probably one of the best phones out there with a large battery and so on. And when I tested it, the battery life is like crazy insane. It's like you can get up to 2 days if you're watching Netflix and so on. You can easily get up to 2 days of usage. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, but if you were to move up the price a little, if you find that that kind of phone is not worth your, it's kind of not worth your investment because of the specs and blah 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 so on, I would say that the next phone with the best battery life would be the Mate 20 Pro. That's because I've been using the Mate 20 Pro recently. So I've been to Cambodia recently and I just got back. And you know what? I've been snapping lots of pictures like every day. I think at least about hundreds of pictures in a day because, you know, travel. At the end of the day, like evening time, if I go back to my hotel and to charge the phone again, I still have about like maybe 30% left. That's considered like heavy usage and like a 4-hour screen on time. That's pretty amazing. And not to forget one thing, having a large battery phone isn't enough. You need fast charging as well.
Yep.
Right, and in like 30 minutes, you just see that the battery is already like 80%.
That's nice.
That's freaking fast, and the battery life is so good.
For me, I have two choices which I've tested out, and one I haven't tested out. So, which based on what I've researched, the best, yes, it is the Huawei Mate 20 Pro, because you know, you go online and you see all this battery test and all. So I haven't used it. I am planning to review that phone really soon. And then there's the other one which kind of surprised me for its price and also for its range. So the one which is expected is of course the Note 9, because when I reviewed it for I think more than a week, I realized that using you know, taking pictures, using stories, especially Instagram stories, takes a lot of battery, just so you guys know, because even earlier when I just put up some stories and immediately my battery was just dying. And the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, when they say all day battery, that they ain't lying about it. And another phone, honestly, and this is based on the auto brightness on. So this is based on the automatic brightness on, and the Honor 8X surprisingly really lasted a very long time.
But that's a device that I agree as well. I totally forgot about that, because like that's like, you know, that's a large screen phone.
Yeah.
You forgot to mention about that.
So to me, I was really surprised, because when I was at the launch, I was using the phone. I was using Instagram stories non-stop, and you know, I was hanging out with Zizan, and we were taking some photos and stuff. And the funny part is that when I went back home, it was, you know, I did mention in the review on how much a percentage I had, but I was really surprised, because it is a mid-range phone, big screen, lesser than 4000 milliamps of battery, but it really lasted me the whole entire day. So I was like, what? So yeah, for me, like I said, that's three. The Honor 8X would be the surprise one, the Galaxy Note 9 based on my test, and the Huawei Mate 20 Pro based on his current test, and based on what I'm going to be reviewing really soon, and based on what I have read as well. Alright, so now this is an interesting topic, because we all know, and I'm sure you agree, and I totally just love stock Android. For me, right, I personally think, and you guys can let me know what you guys think, I think that every Android devices should just stop with the skin. We just stick to Android One and make everybody happy. Okay,
well,
so the question is, my friend, that if you had to choose the best Android skin phone, that sounds funny. So which one would you go for?
If you're gonna ask me what kind of Android skin that I prefer, I would say that it's Samsung's experience. It's called Grace UI for information. But Samsung simply just market it as the Samsung experience. Okay. First of all, I think you guys are going to flame me at this, because a lot of you are going to say there's a lot of bloat and so on. But I think out of so many Android skin interfaces, your skin is the most consistent of all, because it's like on every devices, regardless the J series, the A series, the S, the Note, you know, the interface, it feels very consistent. It doesn't feel like, oh, you use another phone, it's a different version of the skin, then you can't find a particular feature, where is it hidden in. And the second one that I would go for, that would be HTC Sense. HTC is a name that I guess a lot of you might have forget, because they don't really launch phones here nowadays. Because the one thing I like about HTC Sense is that it tries to keep the stock interface while not overstock. You know, it's because it still keeps some elements of HTC Sense inside, where you feel that there's the speediness of the user interface, and it still feels very fast, and you can just add widgets like you do on a standard stock Android phone. But then it spices up with some of the themes, the icons and so on. It still looks nice.
If there's one skin which I absolutely love, it's actually the Oxygen OS on the OnePlus devices.
Yeah.
Because the whole knocking gestures and stuff, I think it's the best. If I really had to choose a skin, so I really have to think that, I have to choose that if I had to choose one skin, I would go with the Oxygen OS, followed by the Samsung experience, if it's not stock Android, of course. Okay, so the next one would be the best mid-range phone for 2018.
Oh, that's a lot. You know, this year we have seen a lot of like phones
so many,
1,500 ringgit, and I would go for the Galaxy A7.
Okay.
I'm reviewing it now, and I can tell you that even though it lacks things like fast charging, USB-C port, and all these things, I think it's the best all-rounder mid-range phone that you really gotta try out, because I think it's the very first time that Samsung has priced a mid-range phone that is so contending, and it's priced at 1,299 ringgit. It's really the first time that Samsung has ever offered such a phone with 3 cameras. I mean, the 3 cameras are darn useful, I have to tell you that.
Especially the wide angle lens.
Yes,
like, what?
I've been using the A7 to capture a lot of my photos, and they look really great. It still has a fingerprint sensor, and the fingerprint sensor is on the side, which I always think, why can't smartphone manufacturers put a side-mounted fingerprint scanner? I mean, that was originally from Sony, and it was on the Razr phone after that, and Samsung finally adapted that onto the A7. It's a no-brainer if you're, I mean, if you're already confident about the Samsung brand and you want reliability, stability on software, the A7 offers all, like seriously.
So for me, there was 2 which is very close, and yes, the Samsung Galaxy A7 was in the list, but instead of being number 1, it was kind of knocked off slightly on the battery department based on what I've tested. I mentioned the phone earlier because honestly, it's a surprising phone, and it is only priced at 949 ringgit, which is the Honor 8X. Yes, you may not get the whole entire Samsung experience. Samsung experience is way better than the whole entire experience that you get from the Honor 8X software experience, but I was really surprised because yeah, you have the AI feature where it makes your pictures look very bright and vibrant. Some people may like it, some people may not like it. You can always turn that off. It is not very often that a mid-range phone which costs only 949 ringgit, as I mentioned. So for me, that would be the best mid-range phone, followed by the Samsung Galaxy A7. What is the phone that you're looking forward for in year 2019 among all the phones? For me, I will start this off halfway, because for me, for 2018, I was really looking forward for the Google Pixel 3 XL. Now I'm not. You know, you guys are my subscribers. You know how frustrated I was with the whole entire screen. So that was my most anticipated phone for 2017. So I mean 2018. But when it comes to 2019, what is your most anticipated or your phone which you're really looking forward to?
I think I will still wait for the next generation of iPhones, because you know why? I mean, yeah, I know the Galaxy S10, Note 10, and probably the Huawei P30, they are all coming, but like, you know, at the end of the day, Apple seems to be capturing all the attention. You know, it's not the Android phone makers. You've got to admit that. I mean, for this year, you can see that in the beginning of the year, Android manufacturers haven't been coming up with something really new, apart from the P20s and P20 Pro's 3-camera system. But you know, that's not like something wow. You know, it's like, it doesn't make you like, whoa, I just gotta go and have it. You know, but rather I would still wait and see what Apple has to offer on the next iPhone. Because when Apple sets a trend, because we all know that this year is the S series. The S series is basically an iterative update to the previous iPhones, to last year's iPhones. Yeah. But if you look at all the previous smartphone releases, you would actually realize that a lot of Android manufacturers, regardless Samsung, Huawei, and whatever, they kind of follow the footsteps of Apple a little at times. You know, whatever Apple is releasing and so on. So they tend to follow that, starting with, like, for example, let's take the notch for example. If Apple hadn't released the iPhone 10 with a notch, you think our smartphones today would have a notch? Android phones, they are pretty much come to a bottleneck on where they can really improve on, and probably better gaming phones. We never know.
Yeah,
you know, there could be better.
That's a good point.
There could be better gaming phones as well, but I'm waiting to see what Apple has in hand to lead the industry forward, because they always do.
I will slightly disagree with that, because the only company which is not following Apple is actually Samsung. So I'm looking forward towards the Samsung Galaxy S10.
Yeah, but Samsung has been very conservative. Ever since starting from the Galaxy S7, S8, S9, you tend to realize that Samsung dare not innovate that much. You know, like especially when I was reviewing the Note 8 last year and the Note 9 this year and the S8 and S9, the refinements are very, very careful ever since what happened to the Note 7.
Correct. But when it comes to design, let's face it that iOS devices has not been the most innovative when it comes to design.
Yeah, but everybody copies it.
Not Samsung. Samsung doesn't go.
Yeah, but let's look at it. Samsung is their own company, but look at the rest. Even Huawei is copying Apple. Like
that's
why?
Huawei's problem.
Exactly.
I think this is turning out to be an iOS versus
it's almost becoming that. But what I'm trying to say is that yes, there are companies that do not follow Apple. Like for Samsung is one of them.
Yeah.
HTC is also one of them, right? But then HTC, not really, to be honest. I mean, like, if you talk about like the U12 Lite, the most recent U12 Lite, they kind of copied the iPhone's back with a different design, which I think it looks really nice. But I really do look forward to what the pioneer of the industry, like Google and Apple, what are they going to do to their phones next year?
Yeah, so for me it would be the S10 because that will be finally a more refreshed design for the phone. I'm hoping for the Google Pixel 4 XL to give us a better surprise, and like once again I said, guys, if you're for some reason the guys from Google is watching this video, please fire your designers, please, right now. Get like a bunch of new people. You're Google, for God's sake. I understand that you guys are a software company, but it's time to move on to a new design. Do something about it. You have the best camera, for my opinion, and a lot of people, but just have to look forward to having a new design. So that's something which I think that two phones, of course there are so many other phones in between, but the top two phones would be the S10 and also the Google Pixel 4 XL that is going to be coming out at the end of 2019. Alright guys, so I think that comes into the end of the show. It is a very long show. It's different from what I usually do in this channel, simply because I just thought I want to have more like a friendly discussion between Warren from KL Gadget TV, who really understands the whole entire smartphone ecosystem and what exactly releases, and being in the industry for close to 5 years now, he's really understand what is really there when it comes to the different ranges of phones available. So it's great that we have this conversation, and hopefully we can do this very soon. Now, as I mentioned, that this is not like the typical review that you see on Lobo TV. It's more like a discussion. So I want you guys to let us know what you think. I'm going to put the whole entire categories that we discuss about at the description below. Copy it and paste it at the comment section below and let us know what exactly you like. And of course, before we say goodbye, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Warren from KL Gadget TV for coming on board and to say hello, and of course to have this discussion. And if you guys would like to see something like this in the future, I would like to know your feedback, because this is the first time. It's similar like how I did the Dope Tech series. This would be a new series that I'm planning to do in this channel. And if you guys are new, I want to say hello and thank you so much for coming and watching this amazing discussion that we have right here. And if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Lobo TV if you haven't done so. Don't forget to hit the bell icon just next to it to get notified for my future videos. Thank you so much for watching. This is Lobo and Warren, and we'll catch you guys very soon.
Bye!